Okay, Dale here again. Last thing. So, all that I'm sharing, I've experienced and I'm witnessing on these videos, and I'm moving toward with the idea of a group of people that really want to come together and practice this together. Because I'm telling you, folks, that is the real step. I mean, that's a big step for us, is to come together and be vulnerable as we are, just as we are, as to who we are, not as how we are in the world, but as who we are. It's kind of like taking the 12-step group concept, but putting it on steroids or whatever, or kicking it off the steroids. I don't know. Where rather than you not only listen to you not only can't speak when someone else is talking, but you shouldn't be speaking either. You stop speaking to yourself. That's called listening. That's called listening. There was a book. What was that book that Terry Cole Whitaker wrote? Like something like. Well, what you think of me is none of my business. A great book. What you think of me is none of my business. But for me, what's even truer is what I think of me is none of my business, because that's in the way. What I think of me. I mean, of course, what I think of you is none of my business. But what I think about me is none of my business, because it's all about the game. It's all about the hostile universe. It's all about the drama, all about the play, all about the theme park, all about the temporal that always ends, And then what we get, like Albert Einstein, who I don't know if it's true, but purportedly, and he was really very observant. He said, someone said when it was close to him, he said when he died, he said, "Why was I so serious?" That's what he said, and I don't think he was that serious. But he said, "Why was I so serious?" But I get it. So what I'm going to do with these videos and stuff, and I'm going to work more and more, and I'll come back to this more and more. But I can't get away from it. I think I'm going to have to. I'm realizing I just have to step up myself, and also I have to step up to those of you who want to be a part of this, and really want to know. Say, "Hey, Dale, tell us what you're doing that works and what you see that could help and work." Well, this is the first part of it. It is the first one is actually sober up. We have to sober up, and to sober up doesn't mean you got the answers. A drunk, for instance, when he hits rock bottom, it doesn't happen that he hits rock bottom and goes, "Oh my God, I see how this is all in my way, and I see how my life can really get on board now." That is not what happens, and that is not why a drunk hits rock bottom. A drunk hits rock bottom when he finally says, or she says, "I can't do this anymore. This is insane. I don't know what else I can do, but I can't do this anymore." And if you really want to walk in the light in this world, I mean, I'd suggest that. For me, if someone came up to me and said, "I'd like to walk in the light," I'd say, well, you're going to have to hit rock bottom then with yourself and with your concept of what you think this world's about. We'll work on that. And if that person was then to say, "Well, can't we do a little compromise and moderate a little bit?" I'd say, I mean, you're going to compromise it anyways, because it's going to be hard to do, and that's okay. There's no problem with what you do and how you do it, because you're going to just keep watching it and see what you're doing and call a spade a spade. But to actually believe, this is the thing, to believe that what you're doing, like adulterizing concepts, adulterizing spiritual principles in your belief and faith, in your belief and expectations and attachments as to what the world is and who you are in it, that is batshit. That is batshit. I'm telling you, that is batshit. You can't do that. That is never going to work. Never going to work. So at this point, I'm going to be doing some more videos. I think, I don't know, to be honest, but I think I'm going to do videos. But I had to do these because I had to do them for me, and I had to do them for you out there. And if you're offended by this, or you say, and another thing, I mean, I'll be glad to answer questions. I'll be glad to listen to everything. What I'm not going to do is defend any of this stuff. This is the way it is for me. And I if you had some cosmic insight that would say, "Oh no, this is how it is," I'll certainly listen. Yeah, I will. But don't be surprised if I ask questions about it that will pick it apart, because I'm not finding any answers other than letting go. I'm really not finding, the longer I'm around here, the only thing that rings true is let go of the nonsense. Let go of the nonsense. And that's what the concept of willingness is about. Are you willing to? Of course, I wouldn't ask anybody, and if it was asked to me, will you let go of the nonsense? I'd have to say, I don't know. I just know nonsense, and I know I want to let go of the nonsense. I don't know that I can let go of the nonsense. Then the next question is, well, if you can't will yourself to let go of the nonsense, would you be willing to have the nonsense leave you? Would you be willing to let leave you, to awaken to no nonsense? And not knowing how, but just would you be willing for that to happen? That's a good question, and that's a very powerful question and answer. That's all for now. Talk to you later.